An alleged Hamas cell has just been dismantled in Italy. Just before New Year's, Italian authorities carried out an anti-terror operation against a network accused of financing Hamas. Between 2018 and 2025, this network allegedly sent over 7 million euros collected in Italy to organizations in the Palestinian territories, most of them controlled by Hamas. Authorities say this helped fund Hamas' armed struggle and terrorist activities against Israel. Foreign Minister Piantedosi called it in no uncertain terms as an active Hamas cell operating in Italy. 9 people were arrested across different cities, and 25 are now under investigation. During searches, over €1 million in cash were seized. Those arrested don't deny being close to Hamas, but they claim they were only doing charity work. They say the charges are politically motivated and even point to Israel intelligence being involved, something Italian authorities have confirmed. But this isn't just about security, it's also about politics and geopolitics. This operation is part of a bigger strategy by Italian authorities against the Muslim Brotherhood. The Muslim Brotherhood is a transnational movement close to the governments of Turkey and Qatar that aims to spread its own vision of Islam wherever it operates. Hamas is the Palestinian branch of this organization. The Muslim Brotherhood has also deep roots across Europe, especially in Italy, where it originally arrived together with people from the Middle East. In recent years, it has seen strong expansions among Muslims living in Europe, also thanks to a large amount of funding it has received. In 2019, a journalistic investigation named Qatar Papers revealed that the state of Qatar had secretly financed Islamic projects across Europe with more than 70 million euros. The funds were used to build mosques, Islamic centers, and religious schools, mainly controlled and influenced by the Muslim Brotherhood, enabling it to expand its soft power in Europe by influencing religious life, cultural identity, and community leadership. The country that received the most funding was Italy. More than 22 million euros were invested in over 40 projects across Italian cities, making Italy the #1 recipient in Europe. France, Spain, UK, and Germany followed. The publication of these documents led Italian authorities to start closely monitoring the Muslim Brotherhood networks. This attention increased further after October 7, 2023, when cities across Italy and Europe saw massive demonstrations in support of Palestinians after the Hamas assault on that day. And especially after October 7, 2023, when cities across Italy and all Europe saw massive demonstrations in support of Palestinians, following the attacks in Gaza after the Hamas assault on that day. Leading many of these protests were people considered close to the Muslim Brotherhood, and by extension to Hamas. One prominent figure is Mohammed Hannoun, a Palestinian architect who is also the main person arrested in the anti-Hamas operation carried out after Christmas. Like many of his displaced compatriots, he is originally from Ramallah, was born as a refugee in Jordan, and has lived in Italy for decades. Hannoun openly identifies as a Hamas sympathizer and calls it legitimate representative of the Palestinian people. Over the years, he set up several associations in Italy to support Palestinians and organize large fundraising campaigns, mostly through Italian mosques. Here is the key of the issue. Authorities claim that much of the money didn't go to the people in need. Instead, it went to Hamas, helping fund its armed struggle. After his arrest, Hannoun is now in a maximum security prison, waiting to stand trial. Analysts say these strict measures were necessary not only because of illegal financing, but also because someone in his position, leading mass movement with such a participation, could influence many people, radicalize the protest, and represent a real threat to national security and to Italy's pro-Israel and pro-Western stance. The issue has become highly divisive, with the right-wing government seizing the opportunity to attack the pro-Palestinian movement. The Italian government is very close to Israel, with high level of cooperation in politics and security. And, like every spy story, there is a secret agent involved. In this case, an Israeli agent, with the code name Avi, is described in official documents as the head of the Research and Evaluation Division of Israel's National Bureau for Counter-Terror Financing. His identity remains classified. Over the past few years, he collected material and intelligence in the West Bank and under the ruins in Gaza against Hanun and his network, and handled it directly to Italian investigators. The fact that some of this material comes from an Israeli agent does not invalidate the investigation, but it could have legal implications. During the trial, defense lawyers could argue that this evidence is foreign intelligence, collected outside an Italian legal rules, and therefore inadmissible in court. They could also argue that it is not valid evidence because it is collected by a source that is in direct fight against the Palestinians. This means the dossier might not be used to support some of the charges, even though the Italian investigation continues normally, with other evidence collected locally.